Hello everyone, welcome once again to another beginner friendly Power BI tutorial. In this tutorial you will learn how to use different type of map visuals in Power BI. That is what we are going to learn, whether it's a shape visual, whether it's a field map or a bubble map. So we will see how to use them, different options, everything, and what kind of data can be used, what kind of settings can be applied. So let's get started with this. So today our next chapter is to discuss different map visuals in Power BI. So first of all, I'll create a simple text box here, align it to center and give it a font size of 36. Different map visuals in Power BI. So when you will look at our map visuals, you will see in my case there is a map, there is a field map, and there is a shape map. Okay, so what are they? Map, field map, and shape map, and they do have a difference. So let's write before bold. So map, field map, and shape map. This shape map will not be there in your case. So first see the steps to enable this shape map. Go to files, go to option and settings, go to options. Okay, and here you will see preview features. In preview features you can see shape map visual. Okay, so file, options and settings, preview features, shape map. So this will enable shape map for us, and then you will be able to see three maps here. Okay, so you will be able to see three maps here. So now the question is, what is the difference between these three visuals, right? Like we have map, field map, and shape map. So first we will load some data, and again the data that we are going to connect today is the same sample superstore data. So we will connect the sample superstore Excel file. Obviously it's a file with 10,000 rows, so going to take some time to get loaded and processed. But in this file we have some geographical values, right? Some geographical fields. Since we are talking about map here, so we have some geographical fields. Can you name them? Like there is country, there is city, there is state, region also, but country, city, and state. Do you agree? As these are geographical fields, right? So when you have geographical fields in your data, like city, state, or country, then you can use these visuals. So first visual we will study is map. In the map visual, okay, in the map visual we can select three different fields: location, legend, latitude, bubble size, etc., etc. So we are talking about the map visual, and this map visual shows numerical values as a bubble. Okay, and the diameter of that bubble represents a number. So in location we will drag something like city, because city is more like a point if you consider, right? City, when you will drag city, you can see we are seeing information like this, these bubbles that we have. Okay, then we have legend, we will remove latitude, we'll forget everything, and then we have bubble size. So in bubble size you will have sum of sales. So now when you will see the chart, you will see in some cases, okay, it is showing you bigger bubbles, like in this case San Francisco, like Los Angeles, or this case New York City. What do you understand from these bigger bubbles? Like, why are some bubbles bigger and why are some bubbles smaller? What is the meaning of this?
The bigger bubbles represent the sales is more, like
Sales is more, right? So this is one way of displaying. Obviously, you can see, because in USA there may be some places like Florence or St. Cloud. There may be some cities that have the same name as cities in Europe. So that's why some cities are, incorrectly being displayed in different countries. But this is something we will fix later. I will explain you how to fix that. But right now we are just discussing map visuals. So this is map. Okay. So I will just go to visual, and in general I will write title map. This is just called a map, right? Or a bubble map. Map or a bubble map. Okay. And you can keep it to this particular zoom level. Second is field map. Okay, field map. So what is the purpose of field map? The purpose of field map and your shape map is almost the same. So a field map, as the name suggests, is something that will not appear just like as a bubble, right? As it is appearing here. It will not appear just like a bubble like this, but it will actually appear as a field area. So for field area, don't you think we should have state as a location, right? So because state, if compared to city, state has a bigger area. So we will add a state here, okay? And when you will add a state, it will automatically fill that region where all these states are given. In this case, we don't have this state here, so that's why only these 49 states are listed. Then there is legend. So what if I add region as a legend? Do you see this? So this is our west region. This is our central, south, and east. So this is the usage of our map chart. Okay. Like suppose we have to show sales of different regions. We have to show something like, we have to show where are these different regions located, or how the data is segmented. Okay, so you can show it like this. And then another important thing is tooltip here. Okay, so in tooltip you can bring something like sales or profit. So for example, I can bring sales here. Okay, so when in tooltip I will bring sales. Whenever you will hover over any particular state, you will see the information of that particular sales value also. So are these two clear? First of all, obviously you are going to do practice, but in the data set we were given state names and we were also given the region name. So what we have done, we have used that region as a legend here and state as a location. Even in this graph we can add region as a legend. So when you will add region as a legend, you will see for different color, for different regions we have different colored bubbles. right? Depending upon what region they belong to. In some cases it is wrong, so we have to correct that. So that's why I will not go with region here for now. But here I can easily go with the region, which will easily segment the data. Third is this shape visual, which we enable. So third is the shape visual. To create the shape visual, we will click here and add the shape visual here. In this shape visual, also we will add state. Okay, so we will add state information here, and after adding state information, we will simply drag here. We can do region as legend, it will show the data, but this is bubble size also we will remove. Okay, let me fix that, then I will show you. So so I will select this state, and here you have an important field called color saturation. Here you have, so what is the difference? Here in map the field is bubble size, okay, where we will put our number, bubble size, okay, in map visual, which is a single point like thing, map visual. This is our map visual field map. So in field map we will put numbers in tooltip. Okay, field map numbers in tooltip. Then we have here we will put numbers in color saturation. Obviously you have to do some practice to get hold of it, but here in your shape visual or a shape map you have to do that. So this is a shape map. So in color saturation, if we will put sales, it will show data like this. Now my question, what is this showing to us? Can anyone explain what is this showing?
Highest to lowest, darker the
Highest to
color.
lower. Exactly. So this is gradient wise, right? So for example, in California, we have highest amount of sales. In New York, then second number we have New York, then Texas, Washington, etc. We can achieve the same result in map visual also, but when we have a map like this, then we can easily use it. So this is the main difference between these three two. Okay, and we can enable some shadow here as well. Now if we go to format your visual, we have some map setting. So in map setting, you can select what is this map, like USA states, Brazil states, Canada provinces. So we have Canada provinces, Ireland, etc. etc. So that's why here you can see the information correctly, and projection, you can see projections. So you can see a equirectangular projection. So basically when we have Alaska, right? So usually Alaska is here, and in between USA and Alaska there is Canada, right? So that's why this graph sometimes looks weird. So that's why in most of the cases you will see this type of projection. So Alaska just appears here because we have to see the data, right? But if you have to show an actual case, so you can show it here. So this particular shape map offers this setting. Okay, another thing is you can also show orthographic in the same way. This which shows in a more, I will say, actual size way, but this is the better way of representing. Okay, then you can give zoom on selection. So for example, you can click that area, it will zoom automatically. Okay, you can give manual zoom and you can give auto zoom. So I will just give zoom on selection, just click something, it will be zoom. And you can see both of these charts are interactive also. It's not just when I am selecting a state like Montana here, so it is, you know, zooming Montana for me, and whatever cities we have in Montana like Great Falls or Helena, so it is showing data for that. So that gives users a great way to interact with your map visuals. Okay, so this is, I think it is very useful for you guys. So you can see different controls. In geocoding culture, we can keep auto, otherwise for German, English Great Britain, English US, whatever you want to choose. Okay, as you can see, as I selected NUS, it started showing like this, auto, something like this. Here in this map also, like for this type of map, we can either show a style as a road, a grayscale, or very interestingly, we can also show aerial. So it will just show it like, you know, more actual way. So whatever is your preferred way of showing, you can show that. Okay, this is map style, and this type of style may not be present here, you can see. So this type of style is not present. So these three map have three different purposes. Now when we are in shape visual, remember, when we are in shape visual, where we are showing a gradient, so gradient is off. If you enable a gradient like that, okay, so what is this showing then? That states coming in the lower range will appear as a light blue color. States appearing in mid range, like where the sales value is in the mid range, will appear in this blue color, and with maximum values are this. And you can see this maximum center and minimum center and maximum value as well. Okay, so usually there is a way of displaying this data, and that is called red, blue, green diverging. So sometimes a client may ask you, I want it in red, blue, green diverging. What do we mean by that? For minimum, let's say khatre ka nishan, danger, right? We show something like red. In midpoint, let's say blue, and which are good, green. So like it's your choice how you want to display, but you can see in red, blue, green diverging also. This is what you can do, right? So this is your choice how you want to display the gradient. If you don't want to display anything, you can just show it like this. This is also red, green diverging. This is red, blue, green diverging. And this is something I learned in Tableau also. Like if you will use Tableau, so in Tableau you will find these options. So this was a simple discussion around map. You all have the data. Now just try this and show me some map. I will provide the link of this in description as well. So this was just for beginners. Some students were discussing this. You can try at your end and let us know if you have any questions.